80 some years we've been in existence in this island. We shared that economic prosperity with our small businesses. Business owners are of this tribe. For 80 years of the government itself, no luck, very little prosperity. Say, I believe in our people. Now, some folks, some of the band members and small business owners are here. They're among employees with them. It is my full intention to share economic opportunity with everyone, the government itself. Where does it stand? This was asked by band member Rozo. Where do we stand financially as a tribe? Right now, quarter end and third quarter, fourth quarter's coming up. At the quarter end and third quarter, we have $100 million cash. Over 200. That money belongs. The money belongs to the government. This is the band money. Belongs to them. The history of government is one in which we've never shared prosperity with you as band members. For this contract, because I believe in you. That we give our people a chance, they will succeed. I believe we all come together as one, just once, just one time. Amaze ourselves. Now make no mistake. There are people out there that are outsiders. There are people insiders as well. They expect our people to fail. I don't. Our people. And I will stand by to the very end. Approximately 8 months left on my term. I previously stated re-election. And I will do everything I can to help the membership well. People ask, where did it come from to pay for this contract? From that $200 million. That's where people ask, what is it about? This is public information. Been posted in the tribal newspaper. Look at it. First tribal leaders have been down to at renewable energy projects all over the down in Becker, Minnesota. There's even been presented by Brian Goodwin. There's some of these folks that came up here to our regular meeting that made presentation to the president. This has been going on before I was here. I was working on renewable energy, green energy, since before I was here. It's been going on a long time. And now these major power companies are they're getting away from fossil fuel. They're getting away from dirty coal. They're getting into solar. They're getting into wind, into taking care of Mother Earth. Our team estimates There's over a $10 billion opportunity in renewable energy within the Minnesota. Now, to ask ourselves is, be part of that change, stand on the sideline and watch it happen. Companies like, and organizations like that have been making panels, that have been making these heating arrays that you put on your home, they're working directly. They're working right now as we speak. They have vision, great understanding. And there's other people at this table too. You got Jordan Rosso. For years, he's talked about biofuels. He's talked about taking care of the environment, hemp. How can we take care of our tribe? How can we prosper? How can we make that pivot? I believe he has the answer. Muskrat Systems, member as well. They've been he's been solar all over the country. He wants to come back home to help his people. Who am I as a tribal council member to deny the opportunity to help his people? Not my place. The door for him, just like everyone in this room. White Clay Industries at the table. Whiter band member. Community engagement better than that. He's been out there with people. He's been working with Dan for years on some of these efforts. There's other folks. Teresa, she's a Whiter band member. A lot of bands want to make a difference, and I believe there's enough for us all to make a difference. There's enough room, sun to shine out there for us all to grow. The $200 million, I think it's the right thing to do. So with that being said, the other questions on here while I have the chair. I know there's a community engagement. There's an item on here for community for, I have to the tribal council a $2 million engagement fund. Because this isn't a project we're looking at. We're looking at acquiring the largest medical marijuana in the state. We provide free medical to our members. A lot of our folks, and I'll just leave it at that. But with this community engagement, you're talking education, workshops, talking about getting folks out there in the community, meeting, talking about holding feasts, talking about being transparent. Also, what's been discussed with is if we're going to expend big buku dollars, $1 million for a cannabis company with the proposal, we put on a referendum that if the tribal council, if that wants to go after $100 million in energy, that be put on a referendum. It's the people's money. The people have how that money is to be spent. And that people will have a voice at the. These are my thoughts. You'll have a voice at the. You can have a referendum. You got to do a workshop. You got to meet with people. You got to do the right. Not perfect. This government, from the beginning, wants for. It always has. These actions, these investments in our small business and in our own members, we're going to get away from that. Let's go for your lives. less government control of your lives. Procedures for the general fund. Yes, as we go through this education process, we should develop additional procedures for how these opportunities have. I agree with that. Definitely, most definitely, because we want to make opportunity for everyone in this room. And I look forward to working with everyone to develop those procedures, public comment, this fund, subcommittee work on that. So, it's my those individuals, band members of this project, that they would eventually, agenda item comes, Mr. Chair, that they be an opportunity to talk about who they are, what they're doing, and what their hopes and aspirations are. Okay. English.
I didn't realize on there also, this term that we're looking into yesterday, last year, or 6 ago, it started almost 2.5 years. I was sent out to Washington in front of the Senate committee. And I believe Brian went along with me. He was in there and testified. There was only 3 other charged besides us were invited. One was from Oklahoma, one was from up in the Pacific Northwest, one I think was out in Albuquerque. Right now is thriving on green energy. Because in that meeting, we went out that there's only 3 other tribes. So we started to it, and we have been to new meetings, different presentations, and it finally won me over because of the fact that we can our own small businesses. There might be a few right now, but eventually we're going to bring in a lot more different businesses into what we're into here, along with our medical to you, the people. There's times that we have to look at different things. Yes, we have different little things, but this year is something that we're going to make, and I believe we're going to, in 3 years, we could have a utilities commission here right on the reservation. This is what this tribe in Oklahoma. They now produce their own energy, they sell their own electricity, and it's all done by wind and solar farms. This is where there's a lot of money today. And we're one of the things, as I said before, we looked at projects that we're looking into, including medical marijuana, popping up green energy, because there's so many companies getting coal, getting away from oil because of this environment. And you all know that global is taking over our earth. Who's to say in another 50 years, after gone, this earth may not because of this global warming. Tax rate have to give us the 51% ownership of this company. So that's what these tax rates given to them. And I look at us like what the hell are they talking about? But explain to them, then they realize, and then eventually what we want to do, we want to own this company. We want to take it over. Be a partner with Exxon Energy. We want to buy them out and have a utility commission right here on this reservation. It just takes, and you've given us that time. I'm sure we can do it. And with that, I'm gonna say the glitch to you all, and I'll be here tonight. I wish them, we do got it by, so it is being out to a lot of other people, a lot of our own, and I'm sure there's a lot of them watching, because a lot have been asked to me, a lot of questions going on. And I have been, and I would say, people, 35 of them people with what we're doing, and the other 5. So tonight, I hope you have a chance to look at this, get into it. You know, I'm very, we were gonna go on, and this is why I voted for this project to move through. Good.
Lieutenant Additional Cosma Ninjujaba. I'm Cheryl Jackson. I'm the District 3. And, you know, I voted too. And I attended a lot of energy since I've been in office. I mean, it's very educational. Site visits, we have these big companies come out willing to teach our people, willing our people, put our people to work. Plus, we've got what really for me this time around. I struggled with it. I struggled with the contract. Some people said I was on. I haven't been on a team since 1990s with the JOM Bobcats. So, you know, that's the last time I've been. I have my own voice, I have my own mind, and my heart is always with the people. I struggle with this decision, but really was our tribal native came together. They're all different owned businesses. I see one, you know, for them to all come and pull this off with and want to move us forward. Give our tribal people a chance. When has this ever happened here on the nation? You know, yes, we are investing in our, and if there's a problem, you know, I don't know what it would be. You know, that's what we're supposed to be about. You know, we're gonna figure this out, and that's why I voted for it. I mean, I got educated on energy. Energy is never gonna. I mean, you can tell me, you know, it's not worth it. It's not. If we can get green, we can sell our energy. If we can do whatever to move us forward, that's why. And you know, it may seem money, but the future is bright, sunny, and so I'm going to decision, and you know, I'll take his words, but that's why I word is to move us forward. Let's put us on the map, Minnesota. Not our members. Language.
Okay, well, we'll open it up for, but I know we have some elders that want to go first. You get a chance. Everyone's gonna get a chance, so. I know the elders can to say a few words about last Friday's meeting.
Ultima, I am Luke, and then I'll be great. Lucille Silk, I'm the chair of White Earth Elder Council. Energy, these concerns are always agenda, our ticket. We've been saying, even getting a recycling program seems to want to get interested in. We keep pushing that. That's a beginning. I started doing it. And They have bins in all communities where you can do recycling. I know eventually with our own, and I was at some of where we talked about having our own electrical plant or fuel, not, I mean, electrical plant, energy source type system. All those things, again, as you know, you're supposed to be looking out for the nation and for those to come. That's where we try to advise in any way we can. We're not opposed to any projects, programs, or people that are trying to get ahead. You know, me, all those that are trying to do so. Our only objection was we got to our meeting Friday, and this was sprung on us with any knowledge of what it was. You know, I think that miscommunication with others that's been happening, and it needs, we need to be on a whole lot of things, not just this project, other projects, because we get all the time. What's gonna happen to our families? We've been concerned about COVID virus for years. And we said, we write letters and say, please have our people get vaccinated. That's according to the CDC and the scientific research. A lot of us wouldn't even be here if it wasn't being vaccinated for polio, for measles, for those things. You know, this is just like being kept in the dark. We need happening, and that's met with several people, and they was upset. But you know, keep us informed, for crying out loud, because we have to to people. I have no objection to renewable energy source. That's something that we have to look towards future. But don't come to a meeting and tell us that you're spending almost $5 million without knowing what it is or being to comment. You know, this is, I pray that, you know, people would not be fighting against each other. We need to pull together, but we need to communicate together better. I'm gonna say for now, thank you.
I'm Sam from the wife here, the whole reservation. Tonight talking about green energy, right both ways. I know some people that were elected with Enbridge and took checks from Enbridge. You can't have it both ways. Our right way, and cause problems there, but you can't support both. Expect people to say, well, yeah. I can show this also, and people here from 2 years ago. Mr. Gordon came to a meeting and had a members to honor a contract and as on that time. Now, we need On that, what do you believe in? Do you wind power or do you believe in oil pipeline reservation? You can't have it both ways. Thank you.
He's right, you can't waves. I had an elder couple come to me and ask me if I could give a room at hotel. They came to give her a room and I said, my friend's an elder and a room near the elder. And the hotel clerk said, the main hotel is full of construction. As it was, she had to take a room before it started. And I felt bad because none of those, they're right by an elevator. Or way far in the end. So no, you can't have it both ways. And I know, leaders openly supported the pipelines, on the right supported all computers.
I'm Joan Thompson, and I was very worried when I heard that I'm gonna be spending almost $500 just for research and technical help, and I thought, my God, is this gonna be another big program and nobody told about it? And we were really worried. Thank you. Back here.
Thank you. My name is Maureen. I'm from the Metro and I am an member. I didn't have the opportunity that all of you have to be family together. My mother took and raised in the cities. Get to know what you know about one another and what it is to be a whole people. What bothers me about all of this stuff since I've been coming back and wanting to know what I know about myself as an Anishinaabe. I hear people fighting and picking at people. It makes my heart sad. It makes me ask myself, am I better or am I better here? Here. We are a great people, but I all recognize that because we get so much about how we don't like somebody else is doing. We're so used to where people were stealing money from. Now we have an opportunity to be self, to kind of move forward. Then we get in our little cliques and we those cliques and we don't have the opportunity. The Creator gave us 2 ears and to listen to all the facts and even do that. We don't do. I sit here and I listen and people stomping their feet, hitting their, going in the back and talking. I'm going to be 71 years old this year. A chance to see something great that is going to happen for elders, that's for our future 7 generations and waiting. I am learning so much, and I to you as my people. Stop this. Stop your pointing. It don't matter about that. Is it good for us? Is it not? Do you want to know the good things that are going to happen or not? I'm only hearing good things that the tribal council wants to do. I read the past tribal council. I never, because I did not stuff that I heard. But I have to be, Creator asked us to be fair in our thinking, fair in our words, kind in our words. We have so much that we can do. A lot to be a leader. It takes a lot to be a leader and take a position, something knowing that it's a good thing and not getting a little extra in your pocket because you're siding with someone. Please, family, my family, please listen. Ears, not one-sided and finger pointing. We are not the creator. We don't have that right. We can, but we do not need someone in that voice. Let's move forward.
Thank you, Rich.
My name is Dennis Sinclair. With this money that they spend, resolution, my understanding that it's going into renewable resources, looking into the outcome where we're going to find to save Mother. If humanity put us here for the purpose of protecting her. That was our job. That's our job. This money appropriated for the purpose of doing clean air, free energy for everybody's house, electricity, for life. We're talking about. That's what we're moving on. Preserving Anishinaabe and their value, Mother Earth. That's our goal. I voted for these people. One, maybe I shouldn't have. But I voted for the purpose of emergency hearings that might happen, that they've been educated, and money comes in at a whim. I put my faith to say, you, and you talk, all you council members, you talk, that special shows up once in a while, where it's emergency right now. I trust them. That's what I did them. Vote for it. What you do. You're doing a good. And I, you guys, 100% for going ahead and moving with it. Even though people want to bitch and holler, but reality, it's moving ahead to protect Mother Earth. We are Anishinaabe. Do we forget that? People that are clans. Enrollment. Guess what? You got a clan, you're enrolled. Easy as that. Give that to me. Nobody can take it away by my choice. And my choice, I'm Anishinaabe. For people. I've been, my dad. Remember, it's not for sale. Took on the United States and this comes up, I see this opportunity where we can actually move, start producing. These houses that we live in are gonna have, and you guys wanna learn whine about that? Oh my God.
Excuse me, Nikki Radio, you cannot be swearing.
Excuse my language, sorry. But, and hollering at that has to understand it. I wasn't fully educated on the money that was coming in for the fact that here's an opportunity to save Mother Earth.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's plenty of others who want to.
Good evening. I'm Bill Crow from Five Point. Not a lot of meetings anymore.
Is it on?
How's that, Kevin? I'm Bill Crow from Five Point, and I don't do meetings anymore because of my health. Right, because I think this is important. And I'm not here against the contract. We can talk about free electricity. My electricity with Itasca Man's $300-400 a month to wear. And I do some to supplement that or that. So I'm not against free, but I'll say this, stuff. I followed and I might have missed somebody here. Start with Martin, Ruben Rock, Chip Juanita, Arthur Urban Jerry Tibbetts. And I want to say that if our legal department finished this contract, no way that I would have signed it. Me, person, I've been in business since 19. A man on track at the Bemidji. I had all I could put $2,500 together. He offered me a chip that he had for Crooks and the city of Aiken. He had to go 2 loads a day, rain or shine. Because the sister Crookston, when he went to buy a $30,000 a live floor trailer, he could, just like I was the same way with a $2,500. So those sisters could see an opportunity. Opportunity is good, but they said if that propane comes on, you're. So it didn't matter if it rained, it snowed, or what. We took 2 loads a day, every day, 7 days a week. Same with Aiken. You'd come back from Crookston, rain, might be sleeting. You went to Aiken because it had to be. We were producing steam, is what we were producing. So there are a lot of opportunities out there. To tell me how you're going to produce electricity. If I never signed any contract, I said, we're going to bring this to the table. Let's talk about it some more. If that's the truth, then we'll all be a good power company, aren't we? Thank you.
I may real naive, but which one of the is promising free electricity? Everybody's talking about in these houses. Who's promising free electricity? What an issue? It's not possible.
There was never once about free housing or.
Everybody's talking about it.
And it could come to
Reduced
free.
electricity to all, and it was never promised. I don't make promises that I can't keep. I don't make a lot of promises because a lot of them I keep. So don't put words in my mouth, okay? And I appreciate that. We never once said free. We used electricity into our home because electricity, we can do that with our own Public Utilities Commission. So please don't. I never promised once, and I don't know if councils have ever said that. I don't know if it's ever been said. Thank you.
And another thing is, I have an issue with is the joke for economic development. Can you give me what in comparison to the rest of the monies? Is it at the 1% or less now?
What's the question?
Repeat the question.
For the economic development section on the pie chart is wide enough to read.
And that's a big problem. We heard Eugene Summers on, I use our economic development. And the first thing he did, when he called, his office is literally right next to mine. And I told him, I said, we gotta beef up your budget. And so, we had that discussion. I was making recommendations that there'd be more money put into it. Would be that he would be part of the community piece. So if we're gonna propose $1 million for community engagement, business development, that Eugene would have an input of that process. He's working on his you got your master's, Eugene? You do?
I'm working on it.
Got his master's in tribal administration. He's one of our most brightest young men that's working for us. He is a leader in our community. I have a great faith in his ability. Sir, I have great faith in his ability. Yep.
My name is Grace and I have a few questions. It seems like I've missed a couple meetings because I thought this meeting about the $4.9 million contract spectrum. But here I find it's about an agreement that Whiter with XL Energy, a 20-year partnership. And I've asked you, is this what the precursor to that is? And everybody that I've asked. And then my next question, Public Utilities Commission has been out to comment for longer than 30 days. So all you have to do is appoint members to the PUC, and the members are the ones that should be making decisions. So I think it's gone in reverse. And also, how much money could $9 million invest in solar?
Sure. To answer your first question, Pam, it is, we have no compact with any company. We don't have a signed agreement. It does not exist. Does not exist. Your second question was, yeah, so the chairman and I, as a matter of fact, advocated for the passage of a utilities commission. We visited the Minnesota Public Utilities Commission as tribal leadership. He was there, Raymond was there, Lenny Feinday, other folks, the commissioners were there, discussions, and we told them, we want to get up and running for our members. And let me tell you why this is important, why we need to have, because our members are experiencing extreme energy. These local cars are charging our members an arm and a leg. It isn't right. As soon as it hits, our members are charged. Somebody was saying, 12 cents earlier today. It's more than that. You go and look at members or elders, they leave their homes. And what ends up is they end up having like $1,000 on their energy bill. $1,000, $2,000. The tribal council has to help those folks, and so we need to get that PUC up. And yes, we need to run an ASAP. We've hired Pilar Thomas, who's the premier energy. She's a tribal attorney to help this sort of work. In 2 years, which was, what was your question again? I'm trying to answer your question.
Let me go back to my,
Okay.
what happened to the Public Utility Commission that was established here, and what year was it built?
14,
I used to work in company down there. And our legal failed us, they didn't get it done. We fought hard to try and get a PUC started. And our legal failed us. We need to do something with our legal, get them on the stick, get them going.
chairman and I are working on this very, to get this PUC up and running. Comment on it, and we're trying to get it as soon as possible.
Third question was, Fuller put 4.9 million by for this tribe. Not sure, you know, I'm glad tribal members in this contract, but I understand what it's all about. Are they doing an assessment on the whiter?
So,
We already know, or we don't need to pay an outsider $4 to tell us that.
okay, so, can I say what? I'm in my office, 2 days, yesterday? Was it yesterday? I believe it was yesterday. And I asked you guys to submit a proposal to have determine, how to do possibly resources on the reservation. Okay? These same discussions also in August. So we also have to come forward with that as well. Dan has at many times requested Whiter get involved with biofuels, created energy resource that could be used on irrigation. There's many projects that can be done. All right, now, according to the chairman in his opening remarks, that we are working with the legal department to try to get these members in this company to come forward, community sessions, talk about start from finish, right? From start to finish. Where are we gonna be at right now? We're like around December, and if like we wanna do energy, then put it to a referendum. Because I firmly believe the people have a right to vote on this matter. Firmly. Now, I represent an organization as well that has an interest in this. It's a fact. I'm not going to get you. But what I'm trying to say is I've asked organizations to bring forward a proposal as well. And if you bring forward a proposal that has a very big ticket, that Alan Roy is asking for such and such $100 million, the chairman's asking for $100 million cannabis, the people have a right.
Just like the people vote on the 4.9 million. And I think, you know, I'm all for this. I think everybody would be all for this, more informed. I mean, if I would have known that, okay, if I would have proposal together and Winona would have proposal together, this $4.9 million table, I wasn't aware of that. I missed the memo because
The band members brought this proposal themselves. Yeah, they brought this proposal themselves.
What about the you know, that's kind of, this is a one point. And you know, we were here talking about 0.9 million that's going to corporation to study. We already know what we need, not against any kind of, you know, but to me, spend 4.9 million to some organization, we are being scammed. And you guys signing that paper, money is a big scam of money.
Since we only have the 3 minutes, I have some questions. You can wait to answer them. Have we paid stipend to contractors to come in and teach these companies what to do? The other thing is, Muskrat Systems, White Clay Industries, Full Circle. Are they already on contract? They've been given money to start their business? to start this, to work with Spectrum? Who approved contracts? Who signed them? The owners, the shareholders, and the investment companies. Because we, as members, are holders for anything that goes on in this. We are the ones. You're dealing with our money, not the council's money. It's money. Now, you talked about 200 million. Is general fund, or was that from the federal government put in fund? Because here's some statistics. We have 1,258 people right now testing positive on this White Earth reservation. Just the reservation. That's not including everything else. Okay? Newly diagnosed past month, 2007. Deaths, some of them are. This $4 million, we all want green energy. I want my grandchildren to be able to and have clean air. I want to know why it was so rushed to send out to this company and tell our people that. Because you know what happened in the 90s? Place. Gaming world. I want to know what other companies you've looked into. These Spectrum. I want to know what.
Talked a little bit earlier, but I'm gonna ask a couple questions. Ray, Alan went down working with Excel. Answer me one question. Excel Energy and Spectrum related. Are they in bed together? Any that question? Or where did you guys get whatever they are here? Spectrum. They just fall out of the sky? Where you found them? I trust you, but I and spent a lot of time doing your homework. You were down with Excel Energy, I think at Montana, I'm correct, or one someplace cities. Alan was down there. I did your homework. Alan and I have talked about Excel. They're a big part. Am I correct?
They're interested party, but we have not made no deal with them.
There's no deal.
Mm-mm.
Is there?
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Ann.
Oh, there you go. I'm sitting here listening. I just don't know what's going on, you know, because I made a decision. In the past, we never had like this to dishonor any decision. And here we are speaking. I made my voice clear that I will not this decision because I did get all this. You guys saying we know what we need. Do we? Do we know will energy so work here? You know?
Is it already made? Why can't we?
Them are panels. We're looking at energy. Could help them also. They plug in. So what the energy, electricity. Do geothermal? Is that the way we should go? Should we do wind? They said there was a study done. I never. And I found out it was done in 2012. Now, how much has changed since 2012? We've got companies now, big companies that are trying to go green. For people, what this study is about is to figure out work for us here on the Indian reservation. We ain't looking for DL. We're looking for reservation people. And eventually, yes, it will eat energy. It's not gonna happen overnight. No, it's gonna reduce our costs, but we need to figure out what we all move forward. Is it gonna work here? We got these. That's no solar panels that we're looking at sitting. Now, can they follow the sun here? Is that and they do, they protect the land. They'll plant the flowers for the bees, for the insects. They'll look at, is it gonna ruin birds? Is it gonna ruin the fish? So it's like, I just think it's a win-win for us for once, us as a whole, not just the tribal community before you. And that's why about this, because I said, move forward if we don't know what's gonna work and in the future. Be great.
And Alan, when you get back to the table, on our agenda, it says Spectrum Energy, will he have them so they can make a comment?
They're not,
Are they actually here?
because they'll be on video.
All right.
They had a meeting, I guess. They
had a meeting, it was too short a notice, told of them today to be here, but they were televised. You were asking about Spectrum. No, they aren't with Excel Energy. There are at least 4 or 5 other companies and talk to us. But know this, into this, they were also looking at tribes. Fond du Lac was ready to jump right into us. They had gotten money from Enbridge, so they got the money to put forward. But we also got it also. The first ones that jumped with us. There's, like I said, there's only 3 other tribes, and we're going to be the 4th one. And these other tribes are thriving. No reason why we can't thrive on this. I mean, this wasn't an easy decision. Believe me, I don't just jump to decisions. I like to hear what's going on, and we did other companies that came to what they were saying until we run into Total Spectrum, who also have Americans on their board. Their lawyer is a Native American, and she's a very, and she knows what she was doing, how we came about with Total Spectrum. Nothing to do with Excel Energy. We are better at Excel Energy. We haven't made a deal with them. Think about it. Eventually, wild rice election, they could be bought from us. Same with the one in Bagley. They're buying from us. But if not, then Energy is more than willing to run a line in here to our substation so that we can serve Excel Energy. Win situation, it was a tough decision to do, but if we're going to move forward, we have to look at different things, and this is one that we looked at is because it's an economic. Our own. Actually, we plan on putting it into our college, putting into electrical school, and to train our people to do our own work, utilities commissions, to do our own everything. We don't have to depend on the right one. We want to depend on our reservation, our people, and it's you, the people that are going to. It's not us making decisions, and believe me, they're very hard decisions to come by. But this is the first, as Annie said, this is the first time I have seen something about, and I'm very glad it did. It should have been done before. here it is now, and we are actually here to give you what we know, what we've all found. And right now, to me, it's a situation for all of us, not only the council, but yet I get junk grocery store, oh, how much you getting pocketed, how much you paid for that? I'm not getting paid anything. From actual energy, I'm not getting anything from. If I'm gonna get it, the people, and that's the way I look at things. Filling my pockets off of nobody. You know, just to tell you that because I don't. If I get it, the people, that's the way I was raised, and that's the run of business for our, and that's how I was taught, be rich.
How many years?
You're going to train these people when we can't even do $1 million weather vane on maybe 10% of the time.
You know, if we do enter into a contract.
That's the most expensive
Hold on.
weather direction that I've ever seen.
Well, I wasn't here when that, you need to ask whoever put that in. It spins.
It's basically the same,
You know,
same
but
subject as what you guys are talking about.
not into any contract right now.
Yes.
We are going to make sure our native people front on that contract. We don't have their people in here digging up our, or whatever they, to get it ready for the energy. If we can do it, we're going to do it with our own. If it's on the job training, they're going to do training. If we got to get the college involved, get involved. I mean, it's a, you know, it's, that's why we need the study to find out, do we need the college? What do we need to get our people involved? And we have talked to, that was one of the things we told them. We want to put to work. We want them trained up. We want them to be the ones to carry this children's future, because we know it isn't going to go away. So that is one of the, we told them up front. We don't want a bunch of white guys coming in here doing, we want our own people here taking care of it, maintaining it, every aspect of it. Miigwech.
Excuse me. You're exceeding your 3 minutes, so can you maybe the rest of the questions that you have to give other people?
None of Jackie's questions got answered.
I'm much to go here, I can. Darwin. Ewan. Brian Goodwin. Indigenous cause. The beat tongue in the go. You go and dying of man. We Bobby Gunny Congress. I lived here most of my life, right? And over 2 years ago, I was asked if I could come on over and help our folks, our people. I worked in government a long time. Also government. Worked with tribes. Helped tribes together to learn how to your finances. I'll take that fiscal responsibility. Evidence, evaluate and measure. Not just the buildings or the things that, but the outcome for people is you have to measure that. That's what's important, is how have we been empowered? What's the union's policy has done to us? Put us in a welfare state. position where our politics is on anger and hate. So, yeah, we all lost a little something over a period of time. We lost our language, our way of life, and how we treat one another. We're fighting over scraps. I didn't come back home to fight over. I come over here to work for, and that's what I've been doing the past 2. So yeah, I went with Raymond. See, knocked on some doors, talked to them senators and congressmen. Didn't treat them any different than I treat anybody in, put their socks on the same damn way. And so we let them know what we believe. You know what I mean? We let them know this. What is the truth and love of our people? That's what we told them. That's what we're here for. About good stuff. All right? We have a 30-year master plan. We're in year 2. And model that to the Paris Accord. Probably gonna have to need another minute. Right? And so within that master plan, there's 7 tenets. One of those tenets has to do the deployment of our renewable energy effort. But not just what we've learned is we have to build our force so we can take responsibility for energy that we build here. Done. This is developer 1. You use other people's money. So that's what we've been doing over the past 2 years besides this $4 million thing. I learned Saturday, right? I was brought in to provide some governmental services so that we all mutually working with different people so that we benefit. All right? Now I want to pretend it's the middle one.
Sorry.
Here's the middle one.
You're exceeding your 3.
Well, can I have 3 more? The other one is engaging the community. Engaging the community in this process. And before pandemic hit, we're working to coordinate and to share this.
Brian, to be fair to everyone else, please.
$1 million of free money, that is.
So and I know that what I understood was this was all about this contract spectrum. And I want to say that I appreciate what all the representatives have had in regards to what's going on. One of the things that we're having questions with is really out of this. So we see, we know the plan. But then the next question is, I believe, what are the deliverables within the contract? So we've got business, I think using our people is the best thing for our reservation. But then there's a lot of things that are in this. We as members going to see deliverables that are coming to us, the membership.
Yeah, as the chairman had said. Thank you, Maggie. As the chairman had said, we are the legal department to get a copy. And there are deliverables in that. There are certain lines of effort specifically identified as well. And I was just talking to Oklahoma yesterday down there, and we are in community sessions going so that the band member businesses, the total folks, they come into the same room and, right? We talk about where we're at, where we're heading, right? And we get all that laid out, so it's all I'm a vision. So it's all put on a board so everyone can see a shared vision and a common understanding of what everyone's talking about. So that can happen. Yes.
Thank you.
Jackie has questions that I wouldn't mind hearing, having
Jackie?
I already asked them. Nobody answered.
So is there any other?
We're waiting
Nobody
for the
answered.
answer for question.
I have one quick question. I hope you're not talking about nuclear energy. Because there is no, that they have found yet that they can safely use rods. Talking about free energy here, and you're talking, what you got down there, Prairie Island, they can hear me. I hope you're not talking about nuclear. Because that's what Monticello is. Make no mistake. Today, they cannot safely spend rods. Over there. Thank you.
I request that Jackie's questions be asked.
I think I answered one.
I'm right here.
I don't know what all her questions were.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing now. Sounds like you've already went with Spectrum. Is their contract? And is this just a starting point to 4.9 million? How much more are we gonna pay them? Years are they gonna take to train to do this? This question, because you know what? We've been before. We had gaming world for 5 years. And get us. You will argue about it. Little bit of land down in. There you go. I don't disagree about renewable energy. I think that this was rushed. That was because they wanted to be first. They were the first casino open. And we were. And how many lawsuits later did it? How many years is Spectrum gonna do? How long is their contract? And is there gonna be more put out to them?
You have several questions, so I'll answer them accordingly.
That was just one question.
One question.
I'll be-
Okay, all right, here we go.
So I think the legal department is gonna create a contract, like the chairman had explained, the parameters, the length, that you're asking for. I think once that contract is released, that'll answer all the questions that you have. I have it in front of me right now, so it's answer those particular questions, series of questions within a question. And so, but we look, like I said earlier, when I talked to Neogama, these community sessions be set up and that this be provided in a timely manner. And, like, this is the first community of many discussions that the way so that this information can be passed to membership. It's unfortunate that White has had to go through so many, such hardship in the gaming world. There was a certain individual that had, I'm not gonna rehash, okay? I'm not gonna go there. What we have in front of us is opportunity for our membership. I think that once we get these folks engaged and they can help answer the question that you're asking. Questions within the question, to bring that forward, because it does have to be answered. I agree with you, it does have to be answered. So, you got.
Patty Straub, I have a question. I was just wondering, since the contract hasn't signed or whatever, and legal is apparently looking at it, I was wondering, is there an opportunity
other native or business on the reservation to be entered into a contract before it's finalized?
To answer your question accordingly, the contract was signed by the chairman. And in legal session, is a binding, legal, active contract. Chairman signed the contract. The second part of your question, I believe there should be more opportunities for other small that have to be at the table. So yes, we would be advocating for more money, make sure that there's more room for those other small businesses. Be good.
Our chairman, January will be 2 years, and I talked about one of us, at least me, is paying $400 extra. You open up your gas bill, and phone bill, surcharge, and I don't need to. A surcharge. This has to be challenged. Legal, they should not be taxing us reservation. If you start adding up, since they started this, it's 50 million easy. Checking into these tax bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to comment then. When I hear also,
Cut off, bro.
no, listen, you guys get to talk more.
Nita, I'm sorry, but, you passed your you're used up your 3 minutes.
It's not right. That's of vaccine membership. I have a announcement to make.
Go ahead and speak.
I sat here and listened to others talk about how difficult it was to make a decision to pass this contract. Yet days prior to that meeting, these so-called businesses running around offering jobs for it. Tell me that wasn't already decided. Why membership that I spoke to are upset because banks were right over the coals for $500,000 contract. People who rake them over the coals. And yet you three who got 4.9 million did worse because there was no and it was a hell of a lot. That's why membership is up. So I don't want to hear about a difficult decision you made voting for this contract. And when it said that signed that $4.9 million contract, because council passed it, he is bound, he has to sign that contract. He did not do it willingly. Which
Do we have any more comments? Patty has a comment back there.
Go back.
I only use 30 seconds, Eugene. But no, I'm an elder, and I just had a comment or a question because I just recently seen that $1 million was allotted for our tribal renovation program and stuff like that. You know, is that going to be increased at any time? I mean, this is kind of off the whatever, can't help but compare, you know, that's being paid to the consultant or whatever, and I just wondered if there would be more money allocated for tribal needs.
That $1 million.
Yeah.
Elders thing?
She's asking if it would be.
2 years. A couple of the RPC right now. Repeat that question when I get back.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking elder fund? Yeah, so we approved that last week. I think Lori, I think we were working on trying to get, guidelines put together for that. Not right now. Can you talk about where you're at with that process? She's working on some of the guidelines around it, you know.
Actually, the indecision to increase dollars was just last week. Our tribal leaders was that ARPA BIA funds in addition to dollars, and we were gonna work together, housing, homelessness, and also wider to see that, to be able to maximize and meet the needs of our communities regarding the issues that they have. That's as far as we are since Friday, so we've like.
And we will have a update on homeless here. We just had a meeting yesterday, and what's today? We just had a meeting on Tuesday. All of our homeless people who are homeless, we have bought the place today. And I believe it's got 4 rooms, and we hope to have that open by October or the beginning of November. We also got the place from here in Monoma. It just takes a lot because the state requires through so many hoops, it takes a lot to get done. We got the team that's working on it. And as soon as the hotel is ready and we are going to start moving in our homeless. Another place over here on the Myra place, families, that'll be ready here in February, I think. So that's just a little update on our.
Is there? Oh, Lee has one. Lee, did you? You guys have, about 8 minutes.
Oh, that's okay, I just wanted to, the letter that I gave you, that you remember?
I'll give it to Lori.
I don't need that. Okay. Metro matter, because she couldn't be here because she wants to stay about the discussion that's taking place and she had to, chairman, so I gave it to you. Hear her viewpoint.
Okay, whole spectrum for research or advice, is that correct? You're just getting information, you're not actually build the solar panels or windmills, it's just, information.
Yeah, so when you look at the energy life cycle on the energy, there are phases, right?
Yep.
Right, so there is no discussion on, at the moment, there's no discussion on manufacturing of these items at the moment.
See,
I do want to say, A Fire has, and they're willing and they're to make some of these items.
well, see, that's it, why haven't you looked at it, such as talking to the 3 tribes, such as Rock Sioux Nation, the Winnebago, Nebraska, the Moapa River Indian Reservation, or even utilize the government to help, like tribal energy programs. This is all free,
Yes.
that we wouldn't have
Yeah,
millions.
David Glaster, the White Earth Nation today, he works for, involved with the, and they're willing to come in and a total assessment of the capabilities, our needs of the reservation. And that's a free federal.
Why did we
universities.
rush the, contract? Why was brought before the public for, put on a referendum? And is pull it back? I know you can have a comment fee, or you can ask them, hey, we're taking this out. We'd like to present it to, that should be an option. Still pull back out of the contract.
I will say, as a tribal official, yeah, the RBC has made a decision, right? Now, I can't say that the RBC will, it's mine, because you just don't know, right? All options are on the table at all, right? That is the best way to do business. Options are on the table at all times. But from the RBC officials here today, committed to moving forward with this work.
Okay, would it be possible a petition and take it around the reservation, say, we want this? And then would you be, pull it back then? Because or legal is now looking at the contract. Why would you sign a contract and then have legal look?
So to clarify, in this room, the contract was brought in during legal session. The chief financial officer, along with the tribal, Leonard Fine and proposed that the contract for approval with established policies and procedures. Full stop.
Okay, we're willing to spend 4.9 million on somebody. Renewable energy is good and how to. And we also have, like you said, 7 windmill. Didn't you do all the research, or did the tribe do all the research on the windmills back then? We just utilize that information now.
Okay, I think you're talking about the study annually, like 2012. The study is rather dated. You're talking about energy resources, right, on the reservation. And, hold on, asked Fire Solar to come forward to see what that could look like for ours. That's what they call them, DERs on reservation. I've asked them to come forward with a proposal.
Cart before the horse, prior to signing the contract.
So you don't want to start with a fire?
Well, no, I'm saying research, then figure out want to move forward with this contract. At the moment,
Because Winona Leduc was in my office here, and she had proposed 5 megawatt facility. Probably cost around $20-some million. And you don't want to business with a fire is what you're trying to tell me?
No, excellent. I'd like the whole tribe to be in on this.
Yes,
Some
but
independent
I
company.
want to ask a question. So it's okay for a fire to come forward with $20 million
Well,
proposal?
now that we know about it.
It's okay for them to do that, but it's not okay for
Well,
tribal
you haven't
small
signed it
businesses
yet,
to
have
do
you?
that?
No signatures, but,
Answer my question.
well, I like forward and now we know about it. What you're saying, have you already signed it? Are we not after the fact?
No, I asked them yesterday to bring a proposal.
Okay, and then. 4.9 million is projected.
I'm gonna let you have your minutes. We can have a discussion afterwards because I want to everyone's time here. I would still, because it's on the from some of the band members that have been involved here tonight as well. But I'm willing to have a
Okay.
yes.
Thank you, Leah. I noticed 8 Fire Solar. I've worked with 8 Fire Solar for 10 years. I hope we do get solar and energy. Maybe then I can get some 200-pound, 100-foot extension. Flying electricity to my, that I haven't been asking for 5 years.
You're past your 3 minutes.
All right, but say this, 8 Fire Solar hired
We're
employees right now.
running out of time.
Okay.
Give everyone an opportunity.
Anin buju is because ando den. Say chimigwich to the RB. Every single one of you, this is the time that I have seen anybody on the council come together collectively in full support, tribal. I'm Jodan Rowe, a co-founder of Ogama. We were founded in 2006 as a food sovereignty initiative. And we were given full blessing of the administration, and Chairman Fairbanks was indeed executive director during that term. And we surveyed as many homes on the reservation as we to identify weaknesses, opportunities to our food security. Identified locations within of the 9 villages across White Earth that traditionally produce food that we no longer have access to, areas that are currently available. We have a lot of agricultural producers that they waste. They don't have the means to can, store, preserve, then their garden. And so much of this is, we began focusing on handling agricultural waste and beginning to energy. We techniques that are currently under development are available for huge governmental funding. Finally eligible project to utility scale to the people of White Earth. Where stakeholders are our members. They are investing in own members, businesses, not going to leave. We are, and we are making the best of it in hopes that our children will have the best of what we have. And with that, I say chimikwich to the council. In the community wants to visit more with me. I've got signs on the road on County Highway 20, just a couple miles south of White Earth. Business hours only, please. But chimikwich once again. Yes, since 2000.
To come in and tell you how to run your business?
We are to this economy by directing and advising. BC is most culturally and socially to the people of White Earth. You got QuickBooks, please. You.
Hello, I'm Ogman, otherwise known as Teresa St. Clair. 1980 on the same hill on Green. Olive grounds is my backyard. I've watched all the corruption throughout the year. Dale Hanks, every Dale Hanks, and if you don't, I'm sure my brother Dennis can remind you. So when we did this a long time ago, we had any world out. Family went without flooding out of here because of the corruption. I lived everything. I got ran over in 2005 I'm very spiritual. My daughter, everybody, any hour of the night, any homeless person, any hungry people. And I've done everything for people. Ask anyone. I quit drinking 21. I don't do drugs. I don't use drugs. So for me to go ahead and to help our people, is very, very, that this tribal council went ahead and believed these companies. I own the company too. So only I, but Ed has the chance to go down to the RTC, get a hold of Laura Lee, sign up for your, because that's what's gonna make our nation. We have nothing here. We have a casino for a meeting. Well, we should. Okay, elders are telling, they don't have YouTube, they don't know what's, all the years Chippewa wasn't know what was going on. Okay, so now we have a council investing into us so that our children can have something, not just this casino. They make nothing for us. And we want the elders to have money to be able to play and gamble and do, buy their grandchildren things. But we can't do that if we don't prosper businesses. And this ain't just us. Everyone can get a business, that's more. They got money put away for that. So let's get together and get our businesses going. We got beadwork, we got one making alien, we got one to make moccasins. You know, there's 10 children that went to this year with no school clothes. Had I known any of them kids didn't have shoes to the very first day, I went. I work, I get 18 hours, you know? Our is called medical marijuana. And that is what is gonna go ahead and that's what LLC is, and I'm very proud of it. All right.
We're gonna, we'll have time, 2 more speakers.
Bonjour, my name is Claire Wabishka is Nakas Amagizi Dodo. I stand with our band members that are here, questions, our band members on YouTube and our members on EG Radio. We need a lot more of this transparency going on. We need to be invited to every meeting. First off, we need to know what we need to have our YouTube channels on. Disassembled, disabled, or just be erased. So, starting with that, I want to answer some of your out here. Total Spectrum, it's a heck of a honor to be part of it with Total Spectrum because they bring integrity. So we don't end up with this deal because we don't have to prison because of what happened here. People right now, council trying to make things better, invest in our future, and you don't do deals worth millions of dollars and not do your due diligence. We're not deal with Total Spectrum. Me and my associates, we came together to make sure it was fun. We came together to feel done for our people. This isn't about money or anybody up here. This is about our kids having something better to leave here, leaving a legacy. Having jobs, having education a priority, having our kids food, clothes on their backs. This is what it's about. It's about opportunities that don't come along very often. And we need to attack each other. This isn't band member on band member. This is about coming together. If we come together, we have a tremendous opportunity to leave something here. I'm on this casino, we never have. Mike's known about this since the beginning. Don't let him fool people and don't think that he knows about it. He's been at meetings with us, he knows what Lawrence Fine, Lenny, he knows exactly what's going on. And I'm telling you now, on the record, this is us. And if we don't do this deal, somebody's gonna take this money out of our kids' mouth. I'm not having that happen. So as wider business people with our tribal council, it's gonna back. That's what we're gonna do. for the people. We're not gonna, this is gonna be about we. And I'm gonna bring it, and I'll pull the spectrum to what way Stein, Anishinaabe, and as a white person people. Right? They're gonna hold their agreement on. Let this, and if you guys would know what's going on. Love you guys all. Happy to call and do the job. I love you, man, that's what.
I feel like I should give you my.
All right. The last one is, I hope you can find.
Anin, Douglas Lee, Indigenous Ka, Biganikag, and Dujaba, Aqua. Man, I don't know how, but.
Just my.
So, we all know that, the electricity problem, right? I was just gonna talk a little about. The other day, I got a disconnect, and a lot of time, in my, able to keep on track with the city bill, right? Like you get into this thing where you get the pink slip in the mail, right? They send you the pink notice, then you pay. So the other day, because I didn't know I had a disconnect a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, and they said, well, it's going to be this amount to reconnect. Meter, they got a meter on my house where they can flip from here in Monoma. They don't even come out. You know, they come out and they come say, well, pay your bill right now or we're going to cut you out. That's how it's always been, not anymore. Switch from here. Then they connect fee. And I was like, okay, so what's this extra for me and all these other people that's hard for afford this? They said, well, that's for the service of people coming out. And I'm like, well, you don't anymore. You just flip a switch. Oh, long story short, when the opportunity is there for us, who's on the reservation to, have the free has been thrown around. It should be a big goal to go at. But reduce energy for all members, not having to pay wild rice when they skyrocket on us. Big deal. Get into this, and anybody that knows when I'm in the meetings and I talk them about the members being included, member inclusion is a big thing with me. Big thing with me. And I'm in this sure that the members are involved through the whole process, the whole way. They're talking about putting some money in the fund to make sure that happens, and we're hold them accountable and make sure it happens. On top of that, I would also advocate for the elders' homes. We were over visiting yesterday, and she was telling us about a lot of them with electricity, with housing problems. And I'd like to, I'm support of them getting more money. We got to, he's trying to speak up about his problems for 5 electricity or water and sewer, am I right? Yeah, so I just want to say the elders, and he needs electricity.
Well, we wish everyone for showing up tonight. Hopefully we'll have the contract ready to go. I know that, we wish, thank you.
Oh, thanks everyone.